everyone, my name is Jenna, but you guys can call me Jen, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to an extra video that I've put up on my channel. This month, as you all know, is Pride Month, so I wanted to share my June TBR because I have a bunch of queer books on my TBR for this month that I am so excited to read, so I thought I might share some of them with you. All of them, plus a couple extras that I have on my TBR, if you want any inspiration. I will also mention a bunch of other options that I absolutely love as well at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But okay, I have a whole stack, and it's probably too many books. I'm gonna be entirely truthful with you guys, but I'm going to try my darndest. So, first off, we're gonna get the two out of the way that I don't believe have any queer rep in them, but I'm still very excited to read, and they are Stardust Thief by Chelsea Abdullah, and we have Collarbound by Rebecca Sahabi. Both of these, I'm not sure if they have queer rep, and I've looked on Goodreads and I don't believe there is in either case, which, you know, kind of sucks. We like to see inclusion, but either way, I'm so excited about these, so I will be reading these this month. Now, we're just gonna dive into this. So, first up, we got Among Thieves by MJ Kuhn. This is a, I don't know, Hannah, my lovely friend Hannah Long says that it is a gritty, fun, and effortlessly immersive read. It is apparently a queer ensemble cast, and they do heisty stuff. I'm not sure. I really know nothing other than it is heist. It has been compared to Six of Crows in a way, and it's queer, so I'm reading it this month, which I'm very excited for. I also have Zachary, Ying, and the Dragon Emperor, which is by Sharon J. Zhao, who is queer. And I am putting it on this list because Sharon themselves is queer, but I also heard that our main character is potentially queer as well, which makes sense because, you know, queer authors tend to write queer characters. That just makes sense. So I'm really excited to get to this one. Also because I really enjoy Sharon's writing, and I cannot wait to see what they do with a middle grade. And I also want to reintroduce middle grade into my life because I miss reading middle grade. So gonna get to this one, which is I don't even know. It is about Zachary Ying, if you couldn't tell from the title, who goes on a mission to essentially close a gate to the underworld, I believe. And it's like exploration of his identity as a Chinese first or second generation immigrant. I don't really remember. That's how I'll describe it. That's how I'll describe it, but excited for this one. Up next, we have Kaikeii by Vishnavi Patel, which features an asexual main character, which is very exciting. This is a mythological retelling about Kaikeii, which I'm also very amped for. I've heard it like pitched as something that people will like if they like Madeline Miller's Circe. I didn't really love Circe, but I like the vibes that it gives off, and I really liked the Song of Achilles, so I'm in. I also love mythological retelling, so like this is my bread and butter, so I'm very excited about this one. I really don't know anything other than that, so we're just gonna leave it there. This is very broad. This is the kind of stuff that I know going into books. Absolutely nothing. Up next, also, I have a little baby paperback of The Ruin of Kings by Jen Lyons. I've been meaning to pick this series up because it has dragons in it, and every time I see it, I'm like, I bet you I'll love that. So I don't have very high expectations because I have heard that the writing style is a little weird, but I'm ready. I'm ready to dive into the series and experience the dragons. But I've also done my research, and apparently the main character is bisexual, so as a bisexual myself, I'm very excited about this. Now, I have two romances on this list that kind of deviate from my usual fantasy reading, but I am so amped for both of these. The first one is A Lady for a Duke by Alexis Hall, which is a trans Regency romance or a trans historical romance. I'm not entirely sure if it's set in Regency era, but we have Viola Carroll, who was presumed dead at Waterloo. She took the opportunity to live as last as herself, and it follows her and her true love, Justin DeVere, the Duke of Gracewood, and apparently it's just awesome. So, very excited about that. And I also have a Sapphic Romance, which is Delilah Green Doesn't Care by Ashley Herring Blake, and I think it was really just this cover that caught me the first time I saw this, when it was like announced that it was coming out. This cover is just awesome, and I love the vibe that the two lovely people on the front are giving off. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. It says, a clever and steamy queer romantic comedy about taking chances and accepting love with all its complications by debut author Ashley Herring Blake. And I am so ready. So it's like Delilah Green swears she would never go back to her hometown. Her life is in New York with her photography career and all that kind of stuff. And when Delilah's estranged stepsister Astrid pressures her into photographing her wedding with a guilt trip and a 5-figure check, Delilah finds herself back home, and that's where she meets Claire Sutherland, one of her stepsister's like best friends. And I'm ready. I am ready. Other than that, I do have plans for book club pick of my own for myself and my friends. I'm tossed between this one right here, which is the First 15 Lives of Harry August by Claire North. I don't believe this is queer, but it's a possibility. And I also have a queer romance, Winter's Orbit, a sci-fi romance that might also be the pick. I am not sure yet, but that is what I'm going to be reading in June. I went through that very, very quickly, but if you guys want more recommendations, we're gonna do a speed round. We're gonna do a speed round. So if you want a genre-bending lesbian necromancers in space, how could I not start with Gideon the Ninth and its sequel, Harold the Ninth? You literally could not go wrong. If you want a found family with a bunch of queers in a spaceship doing a heist, you want Seven Devils by Elizabeth May and Laura Lamb. If you want epic, spanning many years fantasy with women at the helm with multiple different kinds of relationships, you want Scorpica by G.R. McAllister. Again, in that same vein, if you want epic fantasy with dragons, you want Samantha Shannon's Priory of the Orange Tree. Of course, how could I not talk about this? And if you want one of my favorites, which is political and intricate and has beautiful, beautiful relationships between the two characters, you want The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Shuri, because it's just my favorite. What else? There's so many that I could talk about, truly. I could also talk about my girl Becky Chambers, which you can't really see, but Becky Chambers is known for her queer romances throughout her Wayfair series, which is a sci-fi, but like more human-based. We love it. And then of course we have her little novella, For a Song for the Wild Bill, which has a non-binary main character, which I absolutely love. This is one of my favorite books of all time. Oh, if you want another sapphic relationship, go with A Master of Jinn, because in this we have a lovely sapphic relationship as our detective Fatima, you know, solves magical crimes. It's great. In a like steampunk Cairo. I literally am just pulling books off my shelves at this point. The City of Dusk and The Bone Shard Daughter both have like sapphic relationships on the sidelines, kind of, you know, which is wonderful and amazing. Of course, N.K. Jemisin's The Fifth Season is amazing and has multiple queer relationships in this. The one that I remember the most prominently is a polyamorous relationship, which is very fun. Oh, of course, how could I not mention She Who Became the Sun? She's sapphic and gay and has like really incredible conversation about gender in here. Very good. If you want like gunslinging lesbians in space with space librarians, go with Bluebird by C.L. Pierlot. Oh my god, how could I forget about the queen herself, Casey McQuiston, with both of her queer romances. We got Red, White, and Royal Blue, and we have One Last Stop. Amazing in both cases. Ooh, so good. You could also, I guess, go with Vicious by V.E. Schwab, because I do believe V.E. Schwab has mentioned that Victor in here is queer of some kind. It's not really on page queer, but author has authority, I guess, so it's there. And of course, we'll end on this recommendation. I am sure there's so many more on my shelves, and you're probably screaming at me, looking at my shelves behind me for more recommendations, but I'm gonna end on the Starless Sea, because this also has a lovely queer romance in here that I adore, and this is just this is my favorite book of all time, so. Oh, and one more, because it's my favorite book of the year so far, and that is Legends and Lattes by Travis Beldre, which my copy is with my friend right now, so I can't hold it up, but it's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It has a budding sapphic romance, and I just absolutely love it. Anyways, my friends, if you have any more queer recommendations, leave them below. If you know what you're going to be reading for Pride Month, let me know down below, because I will be hunting down those recommendations that you guys give me. So thank you so much for watching. I will catch you in another video very, very, very soon. Stay kind and keep on reading.